Afternoon. Today is Thursday, and just to show you what I'm up to, showed you those plugs before. Plugs done all the way down that wall now, and then plug up there is done, and dedicated welding plugs done. TV and stereo up at the moment. There's a plug down under there that I'm going to be running my winch off. And painting wise, the wife's been at it again today. That wall's done. All that's left to do is that wall, that corner, a little bit at the top. So it's looking fantastic, that colour. It's made the workshop look absolutely massive. Yeah, so chuff with that. But what we got on the go today, that's back under there. A couple of bits of rod. I'm waiting for a load of parts to arrive for that, for the fueling, so I can sort the fueling out. I'm going to get it out in the next few days on axle stands, start taking the ECU out and the loom out. But Mark II Zackspeed's up in the air. Yeah, first time I've got to get a good look at the chassis. And I'll be honest with you, it's really good in parts, really good, and it's got a couple of concerning issues in other parts. I haven't even had the wheels off yet, but from what I can see, under here, there's some questionable repair work and welding here. But on these Zackspeed arches, they filled it full of foam up against the bodywork where the rot is. There's some rot there, so and there's some rot up here. So to get to the rot, got to start dragging this foam up, because obviously the last thing you want to weld against is foam. So a bit of a messy job to do. The brake lines are bad, but the chassis is pretty solid. I haven't took an hammer to it yet, but from what I can see, it's got a few areas that need bits. Look, the chassis rail on the front needs boxing. Not everywhere, do you know what I mean? But that cage is coming out because it's got, let's get this camera on, horrific bolting system on that cage. Fuel lines, I don't know where they've got them from. Very strange looking fuel lines. All that system, it's all coming off. I know it's been stripped, it's got to come off. Gearbox bracket, not the best. I need to get the box off anyway, see what clutch is in there. The diff looks like an old Capri diff. The big old diff. She's not locked, so it hasn't got anything special in there. So it's not an English axle. I can't remember the name of them ones on top of my head. It's like the old Capri column, something like that. So we'll see what axles are available. Get a new rear end, I think, because that's going to blow with any power going through it. And it's not LSD or anything like that. It's got a really strange, questionable brake line. One brake line to the back. Yeah, it's really bad. So we'll get rid of that. Fuel lines, riveted and cable tie. Like I said, it's all coming off, but the chassis, look at that. All the way along that chassis, solid. The sill, absolutely solid. Where they've put the cage in here, they've bent up the slip of the sill. So we'll get that out, we'll tighten that up, tidy that up. But yeah, man, what I'm going to do, and get some trolleys for it, so I can take the axle off, take the engine out, take the wheels off. It'll be on 2 trolleys. We can bolt the trolleys to the back and to the front, and we can wheel it in and out of this ramp whilst it gets work that it needs. But yeah, like I said, the sills are really good. It isn't covered in undersill. It's straight to metal. There's nothing hidden underneath. But like I said, the only questionable areas are the back of those rear arches, because it's the same on this side. And get up there. Looks like we've got rot here, but we've got, again, foam, lots of foam. So I need to take the back wheels off, first of all, get them back wheels off, and have a good mooch. But, let me extend this. It's seen a lot worse Mark IIs in my time, you know, a lot worse Mark IIs. So, she's alright, man. She's a really good base for where we're going with it. Still gonna keep running the Pinto turbo. Gonna check, see what internals the Pinto turbo's got. If not, there's plenty of people out there messing with these 8 valves. Or I'll just get some custom pistons made up for it, we'll see. We'll see. But we need to sort the shell out first. So, strip the interior, cage out, wheels off, rear axle off, take the foam out of those rear arches. Got a 6-link in the back of it as well. So, I know Burton Power sell a 4-link kit to weld in. So, I'm gonna have a look around. If anybody can advise best places to buy a 6-link rear end ready to weld in and bolt up, because I don't know what's going on with this one. This is some South African import special rear end, and yeah, it's weird, man. So it's got an anti-tramp bar link here that goes to the axle here. Not sure. It would work. I think it will stop the back end from going down. But then it'd stop the back of this leaf. It'd stop that from travelling that way, but it wouldn't stop this leaf from going up. So I don't know what they were thinking. It's very budget anyway. Do you know what I mean? So really bad pigeon shit weld on the brackets. That's concerning, because that's a nice big thick piece of steel on there to weld to, so to have such bad welds, look at that. But anyway, that'll be coming off and going in the bin, you know. But yeah, man. Looking forward to getting stuck into this one. It's a good motor, isn't it? Well, it will be. It's a really good base. How often do you come across a Mark II that solid? You know, I know it's got a bit of rot around the back here. We'll sort that, get the foam dug out of there, clean them off as best we can, and then we'll see where we go and make sure it's solid metal under the back. There's no point putting a 6-link in the back of there if there's foam everywhere, because something's going to catch fire. That's what we don't want, man. We don't want shit to catch fire. So we don't want rot in there anyway. So we'll get it all dug out. But I'm pretty impressed with that Mark II. If I was going to buy a Mark II to start as a project, this would be the one for me, man, because it's the bollocks, metal-wise, you know. So wherever it's been, some of the South African stuff that comes across is horrific, you know, like the whole chassis has been butchered. But this is really solid, really solid. Yeah, man. Loads to do. Loads to do. What's it gone there? Can't really see into the clutch. Can't see what's going on in there. Some questionable welding around that sump as well for that. I don't know if it's welded, but yeah, that's the oil return for the turbo. So that's questionable as well. So yeah, we'll get everything dropped off it, and we'll get on some trolleys. Yeah, need some trolleys. And then on the trolleys, it can just come in and out of there as and when I need to work on it. That can come out onto the ramp. That can come out onto the ramp. That doesn't need a ramp at the moment. That needs parts that I've ordered for the fuel system. And then I've got a bit of a list I'm going through. So I've sent the owner a list. The parts are en route. I've got some delivered today. I've got to dig through the boots of it because there's some parts in there. I've got to see what's what. Maybe buy a fuel pressure regulator. We've ordered a Mac valve, obviously, because there's no boost control. But I need to get the ECU loom out, check for any frayed wires, anything that's array. and arrive with it. And then if the ECU's still not powering up, send it off to Michael at Ignition Advantages, because he can go through and check the ECU for faults, whatever's wrong with it. Like, what else was there to do on that? Oh yeah, the battery earth, man. I noticed the other day, battery earth is hanging on by a thread, so that might not be helping the ECU. So we've got to sort that out. There's a load of bits and bobs. I'll go through that again when I'm on it anyway. Get some parts for that, and we'll start stripping this. The 2 posts, like I said, I'm still using it off a bypass switch. There was some confusion in a few of the comments on my last video about wiring this, that and the other. No, I'm not using 4mm. This is 16mm armoured cable. One sec. Look at that. This is what goes from this unit to the next unit, which is only 10 metres. There's 10 metres between this and my other unit. It's 25 metres cable there, well more than I need. I think I need about 15, because the fuse box in the other unit, obviously it's 10 metres to the unit and then 5 metres into the box, but that's all they had, and they charged me for 20 metres and I got 25, so that's all right, isn't it? The 4mm I was on about is that's my 4mm, and basically 4mm is going from there, consumer unit, all the way along there to there, and basically the 2-post ramp will be powered straight across to there into a little junction box onto 4mm basically, and then it's into the relay on a 40mm, on a 40 amp, sorry, trip switch relay, whatever they're called. Yeah, so no, I'm not powering my unit off of 4mm, sorry. I'm not powering my unit off 4mm. I'm powering it off 16mm, as you should. A little bit of confusion with a couple of comments. Didn't take it to heart, I just corrected people. Yeah. But that's where I'm at today. Painting's getting there. So hopefully, it's Thursday today, so hopefully by Saturday, end of play, we'll have a consumer unit there, powered from the other unit, and this whole unit will have full power under its own system from 16mm. Yeah. But at least we can use the 2 posts, and we're getting a good butcher's of that. And it is perfectly straight now. When it goes up and down, the legs don't twitch under the cars. It's absolutely mint. So yeah, man, absolutely chuffed. So I think I'll add to this video when I progress with my wiring, and I progress with this. I've got some parts for this already, so I'll dig out the parts, bring them up, and get them shown. I've had my manifold. Is it manifold? No, I'll talk about that in the next video. So yeah, that's where I'm at for today. I can't get my mic working, so hopefully this audio's come across okay today. Yeah, please like, subscribe if you enjoy my channel. Nice one, thank you.